Coach, third quarters have been tough. You actually played well in the third quarter. It was the first half that was really the culprit this evening.
Well, just the start of the game. I mean, I think when you start the game like that, you put them in such a, an easy situation. You know, they were scoring almost every time down, and once they got a double-digit lead, the shots become a lot easier when you have a double-digit lead. And then we struggled a little bit offensively, and then they got, a lot of separation. And the only way you're going to get back in games like that is you got to have continuous stops in a row, and we weren't able to do that. And even the third quarter, we had a 40-point quarter, but we gave up 36. So +4 in the end, when you're down 20, doesn't help you very much.
What were some of the issues defensively early in the ballgame? Just a lot of guys get off switches, wide open layups, and easy looks.
Yeah, we weren't talking defensively, which has been our Achilles heel the whole season. And so we got one guy guarding two, and usually when that happened, this is a very, very good basketball team. As I told you guys before, with or without Giannis, they're a very good basketball team. And so they have guys with the ability to step up. Bledsoe, I thought, played probably his best game of the year, really, from what I've seen in the games that I've seen. He probably played his best game of the year. I think Middleton is just Middleton. He's one of the guys, one of the great mid-range shooters in this game and stuff, and I thought he did a good job. And every time they really we made any kind of run at all, they seemed to go to he and Bledsoe, and they came through for him.
How do you get them to communicate better defensively?
Just got to keep working on it every day. This is a quiet group by nature. They don't talk a whole lot anyway. It's the quietest group that I've ever been around. Even on the plane, even in the mill room, all of this, they're not a real vocal group. But we do have to get them talking on the court, We do have to have them communicate on the court. And when we do, we're pretty solid. I thought we did a good job the second half of communicating. There was only a few breakdowns, but when you're trying to, come back from, 25, 28-point, deficit, then the least little thing is going to have, a glaring effect because it takes away that much more of an opportunity to come back.
How much of that was because of JJ's speech in the locker room at halftime to the team?
I don't know if I call it a speech.
Okay.
But, that, it's something that needed to be said, so I just leave it at that.
After what happened in Dallas last week, was it nice to – I know you're not here for moral victories, especially at this point, but was it nice to see them take that competition level up in the second half tonight after that?
In a way it was, but, as I said to them, that's not that shouldn't have to be an issue for us. It should be coming in and talking about adjustments from a technical standpoint we had to make, not from an effort standpoint.
A couple of those turnovers in the second quarter were just like bad passes in your own backcourt. Is it frustrating that at this point in the season, some mistakes like that are just
we shouldn't make those mistakes. You're exactly right. They're mistakes, they're unforced errors, and we're not in a situation where we have that kind of margin of error. We can't make those mistakes. And, we continue to have one or two of those a game, and they just cost you. And, we're in a position, like I said, where our margin of error is so thin that we can't afford to give away one or two or three baskets a game in those situations. We need to have those baskets, and we need to have at least opportunities to score those baskets.
You said this is one of the more quiet groups you've ever been around. I guess if that's the case, what can you do to get them to be more vocal? I guess getting them out of their comfort zone, I guess you could say, to get them.
Well, we got to get them out of it, and that's why we stop practice every day and say, hey, we're going to do this until you talk to each other, until you talk about the screen, talk about the switches, talk about things like that. That's the only thing that I know to do. If anybody have any suggestions, believe me, I'm wide open for them.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach. So you guys don't have it.